So guys, now what we're going to do is selection sort. Okay. Uh, Now selection sort can also be called the minimum sort. Why minimum sort? There is a reason behind it. Say we have an array. Okay, array of 6 1 4 3 2. I have taken this array only before, so I am taking this one only. Okay, so 6 1 4 3 2. Now, what selection sort does is it takes a minimum element. Okay, so at the beginning, but initially we take the first element. Actually, the first element is the shortest one. Is the minimum one. Is the minimum. Okay, so now so minimum now is equal to 6. So it now checks 6 and 1, 6 and 6 and 1. Now which is smaller? 1. So when 1 is smaller, what it does, it changes minimum equal to 1. Now it again checks the whole array. Okay, it checks uh, 1 and 4, still 1 is minimum. Then 1 and 3, still 1 is minimum. And then 1 and 2, still 1 is minimum. So the minimum element is 1. Now it swaps the first element with minimum. In this case it will be swapping 6 and 1. Okay, 6 comma 1. So the array becomes something like this: 1 6 4 3 and 2. In the next iteration, in the second iteration, you see 2 is the minimum element, right? 2 minimum equal to uh, now again basically minimum it will be 6. Okay, but in the array minimum is 6, minimum is 2. In the array minimum is 2. Okay, yes. So the new array will become 1 2 4 3 6. Then will become 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6, and thus the array is now sorted. So what we are going to do here is we are going to take the array with an empty list, take input from the user for val in range 0 comma 5. Okay, for val in range 0 comma 5, what do we do now? We just insert it, right? Arr dot insert at val comma int of input. Okay, so once this is taken, now we are going for the main loop, which is for I equal to I in range 0 comma 5 and for j in range 0 comma 5. So what happens now? Okay, first declare, we are going to declare two variables here: minimum, which will be the of I. Okay, whichever element you start from the loop, start the loop from will be the minimum element, and the position will also be that the position of that element. Now if arr of I is less than that of mean, then we can now then what will happen? We'll say that minimum equal to error of j. I'm sorry. Here will be j. Error of j, and position is also equal to j. Now, once we are done with that, we get out from this for loop, and now check if I is if I is not position. That is, if uh, if this value is, so when we are gone in this loop, it is all in the third iteration, right? So when we are in this 4, and the minimum element is also 4, so we don't need to swap, right? So that is why we are giving this condition: I is not position, then swap temp equal to arr of I, and arr of I equal to arr of position, and finally arr of position equal to temp. Okay, and finally we'll print the array arr, and let us print the array after taking the input also. In that way it will be easier for us to understand. Okay, so let's run the program and let's see what happens. Okay, so given is what we are taking initially are, okay, 6, 1, 4, 3 and 2. Okay, I am mistaking this one will be, wait, oh, okay. uh, what happened is I started the second loop from 0. Okay, but if we start it from 0, then every time we start it, it will take the first value, which is already the most minimum value. So we have to start it from I. Okay, and I will just comment out this one and this one, and now the program should be running. 6, 1, 4, 3, 2. It's back in 18, 0 to 5 is height right now. 6, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now as you can see, program is running. So what I made mistake was that I started the range of j from 0 to 5. As we started from 0 to 5, then element 0 is always the smallest, so we will just take that element, but we have to start from where we are starting I. Okay, because before that everything is sorted. Okay, now let's talk about complexity. The complexity here is also big O of n square. As you can see that the first loop is running n times, and the second loop is also running for n times. Thus what, what happens is n into n equal to n square. Thus the complexity becomes big O of n square. Thank you guys for watching.